Welcome to Infowar.co. This is our third podcast on September 10th, 2010. Tomorrow is the 9th anniversary of 9/11. Here in Orlando, Florida, Winter Park actually, we're going to be screening Invisible Empire. So please, if you're in the area, go to Infowar.co for more information and come out to that event. There will be t-shirts and videos for sale and popcorn. To cover this week's news, Charles Manson, global warming prophet. The Religion of Death, James J. Lee, along with many other prominent environmentalists and academics, share their eugenics belief system with the man who many consider to be evil incarnate. It's from Prison Planet. Charles Manson, the man who masterminded the brutal murders of 9 people in the summer of 1969 in an effort to spark a race war in America or helter-skelter, has adopted a new cause from his prison cell in California. He is the prophet for the global warming movement, sharing common ground with top academics, environmentalists, and even White House science czar for calling for large numbers of human beings to be exterminated or killed in the name of saving the earth. In related news, the Council on Foreign Relations just released an article in Damage Control of the environmental hoax called The Coming Conflicts of Climate Change. After the global awakening in the global warming hoax, with even Fox News covering the fraud, the Council on Foreign Relations goes into damage control. In this article, The Coming Conflicts of Climate Change, author Michael L. Baker, International Affairs Fellow in Residence, fearmongers claiming if these irregular changes caused by climate changes go unchecked, they could lead to a large-scale international conflict as states compete for dwelling resources, population migrate en masse, or government seek to deflect domestic pressure into neighbors. Recently, a Long Island man was arrested for defending his home with a gun that he rightfully owns from a gang of about 50 people threatening to kill him and his children and his wife. The media fearmongers, claiming that it was an AK-47, putting photos that he had a whole arsenal. The man had every right. He shot a couple rounds into his grass. And if 50 gang members came to my house, I'd do exactly the same thing. They'd be lucky if I didn't shoot him in the face. And that would be exercising my Second Amendment under the Bill of Rights and the Constitution to defend myself if I feel that my life is threatened. I have a concealed weapons permit here in the state of Florida. It's valid in several other states. And if I'm in my car and in my house, I have every right to protect myself and fire off warning shots. This man was arrested in Long Island. Here's the video.
And tonight with a Long Island man who says he was just trying to protect his family, but he ended up in jail.
Police say he crossed the line by firing a high-powered AK-47 into his lawn. CBS 2's Pablo Guzman has more on the protection controversy.
Sunday night, George Greer says he had to use his rifle to stop what he thought was going to be an invasion of his Uniondale, Long Island home by a gang he thought might have been the vicious MS-13 as he was about to drive his cousin home.
I went around and went into the house, ran upstairs, told my wife, call the police. They're trying to attack.
Greer says the 5 men dared him to use the gun and that their shouts brought another larger group of gang members in front of his house.
And he, start threatening my family, my life. Oh, you're dead. You're dead. I'm going to kill your family, your babies, you're dead. So when he says that, 20 other guys come rushing around the corner. And so I fired 4 warning shots.
Greer was later arrested. John Lewis is George Greer's attorney.
What he's initially charged with, the D felony reckless endangerment, requires a depraved indifference to human life, creating a risk that somebody's going to die. Shooting into a lawn doesn't create a risk of anybody dying.
Greer says he knew Nassau County Police employed the high-tech shot spotter technology in his area and that the shooting would bring police in minutes. Cops told me he was very cooperative. Greer also said he was afraid the gang outside his house was the dreaded MS-13. And Nassau County Lieutenant Andrew Mulrain, head of the gang unit, says MS-13 has 2,000 members in the county.
Most organized gang that we encounter on a daily basis.
You might think a person has the right to defend their home, but the law says physical force can only be used to stop physical force. Greer says he never saw anyone pull out a gun, so a court will have to decide whether he was right in firing his gun even into the ground.
All right, that's enough. You see, they totally slant the law. The law states if you feel as if your life is in danger, you have every right to use lethal force. With that being said, if I feel the need to exercise the Second Amendment because I feel that my life is in danger, or I'm witnessing someone else's life potentially being in danger, which in the state of Florida is rape, kidnapping, or a murder in progress, which is a gray area. It could be manslaughter. If you see someone else beating up on somebody else, you have the right to draw a gun, call the police, and stop that action from happening. So this is totally color of law. This man should not be being prosecuted. He should have fired those shots. Those guys should have ran off. The cop should have said, "Is everything all right?" Left him at home with his family. Instead, he's behind bars. Machete is out in theaters, and this is kind of heartbreaking because I'm a Grindhouse fan. I love Robert Rodriguez's past films and Quentin Tarantino. It's good stuff. Unfortunately, this is in poor taste. I support the First Amendment and his right to do this. I have a problem that the Texas Film Commission is helping fund this with taxpayer dollars, and that is now on record. This film is, it has everything to do about, we didn't cross the border crossed us, and, killing white people are evil. And it's just race war propaganda. I mean, it's as bad as, Rise of a Nation, the KKK film, which made the KKK so much stronger after it came out. In October, next month, there's going to be a convention called Spooky Empire, which I'm going to be attending, and Danny Trejo is going to be there. He's the star of Machete. They call him Machete. So I'm going to try to get a Q&A session in there for a podcast next month, so look for that. Media Watchdogs created a Don't Be Evil animation, which is quite amazing and pertains to Google and CEO Eric Schmidt. Check it out.
Hey kids, get your free ice cream. Free ice cream. Hi there, boys and girls. They should know there's no such thing as a free ice cream. Give me a dozen full body scans. Come on, kids, get your ice cream. I already know your favorite flavors. Now hold still while we collect some of your secrets. And if there's anything you don't want anyone to know, well, you shouldn't be doing it in the first place. Remember, kids, you can't believe everything your parents say about privacy. Timmy, does Mommy know that Daddy spends his whole workday surfing sports websites? How about you, Susie? I bet your daddy doesn't know Mommy's been Googling old boyfriends again. Now, kids, I want to share our newest invention. With these Google Y-Spy glasses, I can see everything. Hey! There he is again! Get him! Oops, time to go, kids. Remember, we put the Ogle in Google. Call your member of Congress and ask them to establish a Do Not Track Me list today.
This animation was recently featured on Times Square in New York City. I think it's a great campaign, and keep it up, guys. Taser-related deaths in U.S. accelerate. from Raw Story. The rate of deaths in taser-related incidents is rising as police forces increasingly adapt the conducted energy weapon, a Raw Story analysis finds. That's it for this week. Check us out on the web, infowar.co, and on the social networks. Also on youtube.com/InfoWarCO. We have a playlist for musicians that have truth music. So please, if you do have a band and you have some political songs, feel free to contact us at youtube.com/InfoWarCO, and we will definitely put your songs into the rotation. Thanks a lot for watching, and tune in next week.